What happens when we ask our viewers to come up with their own shotgun slug designs? Well, they often come up with the most effective and terrifying slugs ever imagined. You're looking at the best slug of 2026, and this one's going to be hard to beat. The slug is called Whatchamacollet and is the brainchild of Brian from Northern California. And I think you're going to be as impressed as I was with the performance of these. The slug weighs in at 1¼ ounces, consists of an ER16 collet with a 3/8 inch bore. Inside that is a 3/8 by 1 inch stainless steel dowel. And at the very back we have a stainless steel base plate. The clear, very tough resin holds all the components together and allows Brian to create very precise slugs with a proper bore diameter without using a lathe. Plus, it's pretty cool to be able to see all the components inside that clear resin. And you'll notice that the resin also kind of magnifies the objects that he puts inside there. Well, it's time to make like a baby and head out. Let's see how these perform. You know, it's a nice day when you can actually see the mountains here. Kind of looks like the Swiss Alps. Look at that. Beautiful. Hey everyone, we're back out here at the test range with Brian's Whatchamacollet slugs made out of a collet. He is the punster, I'll give him that. So we will be using the remote firing rig so I can do this by myself and operate all the cameras and everything at the same time. It helps me align the high-speed camera with the barrel and everything. All right, first target is this kind of a block of ballistic gel. You know, it's about 7 inches at the smallest, probably 8 inches at the bottom. This is just for focusing the camera. Disregard that. But it's just some old nasty gel. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with it instead of just throwing it away. It's nasty. It's gotten really dark, but hopefully it'll make a good target. We're burning 27 grains of long shot. Should give us maybe 1,300 feet per second. Here we go. It's like a good hit. 1252, so that was pretty close. Pretty close. Here we go. Now bear in mind, these have never been tested before, and it couldn't get any better than this. Now we see the core whizzing off to the right. We see fragments of the collet getting spit out the back. In other words, the Whatchamacollet functioned exactly as envisioned by Brian. Now stay tuned, we will be shooting a crystal clear block of ballistic gel later on. All right, let's look at the results there. Looks like that gel worked out pretty well. Look at that. Just exploded in there. Just nasty fragmentation in there. I wasn't sure if that hollow point was going to be sufficient. It wasn't much of a hollow point, so I was really concerned if they would fragment or just pass through everything like a solid slug. You know, if you're going to spend all the money buying these collets, you want some results, you know. I'm sure those things aren't cheap. That is just fantastic. Good job, Brian. Brian's becoming a heck of a slug creator. Of course, we got the 30-pound lead plate. It's about 1.5 inches thick. Weighs 30 pounds. So, a viewer named Concrete Dragon sent me a bunch of these stickers to stick on the targets. He didn't like, you know, it's like you gotta have something better than a piece of tape or a magic marker. So I definitely appreciate that. You'll be seeing these all the time. He should have put his name on there, you know? Concrete Dragon. So anyway, let's see if I can hit that. Here we go. Oh wow, I saw shredded sticker there. So we had, what is that, 1340? Just another beautiful flight. If you look closely, you can see the core acting like Sancho and sneaking out the back of the plate there. We are using a fully rifled shotgun for today's test. these things just would not be stable without that spin. And I'm sure you came here for results, not disappointment.
A little impressed with myself. These things are apparently very well balanced. Man, I'm absolutely impressed, Brian. And there's our impact right there. Oop. It's as close as I can zoom there. It's a nasty, really weird looking crater there. Let me try to get in there better. Come on there. The $1 million question, did it penetrate it with that hard stainless steel core? Well, I'd say so. I would say so. Beautiful penetration there. Full penetration, I should say. And just a nice hole right through it. Yeah, actually could line the stupid camera up this time, huh? Okay, we got the wet catalogs. Got a little bit of Kevlar around the back of it. Maybe we can catch the core or anything that actually comes out the back. We will see. If it penetrates it, that Kevlar will go flying. Kind of catches it like a catcher's mitt. Yes. Just aiming at the center, kind of at that fake mechanic there. You know that guy ain't a real mechanic. Or works in the office for sure. Okay, here we go. So we saw the Kevlar fly back like predicted. The 1386, pretty decent velocity.
Hey, no, hold this flashlight and pretend like you're fixing something. Oof. As an industrial technician myself, I can always spot a phony. And we absolutely fogged that faker. And that shot really demonstrated the accuracy of the Whatchamacollet.
More impressive accuracy. I was expecting something to go wrong, you know? There's got to be something that goes wrong with one of these, right? So it looks like I nailed the fake mechanic, or plumber, or whatever he's doing there. Hit him right in the body there. Really big entry hole. Let's open it up and see what it looks like inside. See if it fragmented in this. This kind of represents meat, flesh. Look at that. Whoa. Let's go back a little bit. There's resin in that cavity. That's first layer. We can see a lot of some striations. That's a big fancy word for today. Of those segments of the collet just being ripped apart. I don't know where he comes up with these ideas, but I'm sure that he looks through some Granger catalogs to get some inspirations. Like, what can I put inside a slug there that's no one's ever done before? Look at the, see some unusual ripping there, almost like a star pattern. Pretty cool. And then, oh my gosh, I almost stabbed myself on that. So we got, let go. There you go. There's a section of the collet. It split and broke off, and also, you know, split this way. Quite impressive. Probably not the cheapest way of making a 12 gauge slug using collets like that. Hopefully you got the Temu collets. There's more. Oh my gosh. And those are actually pretty deep. See some of the oh, this is more and more. It just keeps poking me because it's sharp as heck. Look at that. Yeah, there we go. That is just grisly. You'd think this was made by you know, an ammo company or something, but nope, it's made by Brian in his garage. So then our cord kept on going. Looks like about halfway through, so we have about 3 inches left there. It's like just the cord just kept on booking through there. Had a lot of energy. And out the back. Absolutely cool, man. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to shoot the gel block and get a good visual idea of what's going on. Okay, the Telflator head, engage. Oh my! Engage. Oh my! Not bad at all. So we see the entry here. We see how it did, you know, it fragmented like crazy there. And look at how the back here, we have a piece of that collet. I think it's probably hardened steel, spring steel, I'm not sure. But it's very tough, and it's sharp too. So not bad at all. Another soft target. Here's some more here. My goodness. I don't know if I can get that one out. We're gonna have to cut it out. So these things fragment just beautifully. Ah, there we go. They seem to break off into kind of that V shape. They break off and they spread, so we're getting good hydrostatic expansion there. Again, I was all concerned that hollow point wasn't going to be deep enough, and it doesn't seem to be a problem. Brian nailed that one, I say. Next up, we have the tactical football, if you're British. Okay, just aiming at the black 5-sided shape there. Here we go. Oh yeah. Here we go. Oh yeah.
I could have sworn I put red food coloring in that ball. Someone has replaced it with some kind of yellow liquid. But you probably noticed that we saw a lot of the fragmentation as we've seen in other shots. These things are awesome.
Okay, again, only about 1 inch off, a knuckle distance away from the center. I'm happy that nice little cut out there. And just blew it open. And then out the back we have it fragmented. So we have all, you know, the ones that didn't just go all the way through. Yeah, this one's like W shaped. I don't know how we get that out of there. Hopefully you can see that. So it's connected there, so you got like a W shape. That's just wicked. That is a war crime, I tell you. A war crime. Oh. Give me my pearls. Next up, we have the tactical cabbage. When Greg came down, he went to the store and spent a bunch of money buying all kinds of stuff for us to shoot, and we had a lot of stuff left over. So this one's dedicated to Officer Greg. Tactical cabbage. Woo! Woo! Man, there's nothing left of it.
Yep, I am pretty proud of this shot. Dead center. I love it. There's not much left to analyze, so let's move on to the next target.
Okay, next we got a 1/4 inch thick mild steel plate. Got it at a little bit of an angle so it won't come flying right back at us. We don't want that. Looks like the sun's dipping out on us. But I think we have just enough light. It's real dark. Aiming at concrete dragons sticker there. Here we go. Jeez. Man, these things are a pleasure to shoot.
There's one bad shot, one semi-failure. It's this shot, and it was just not as accurate. It was just off by, you know, about 1.5 inches or so, and that could be human error.
Well, that is probably the least accurate one yet. It drifted a little low and a little to the right, but a hit's a hit. We fragged the sticker with shrapnel and blew a hole right through it. That's pretty good. And I was expecting the hole to be about the size of the core, but it is about pinky size. And there's the back side. Not bad, not bad at all. I'm feeling kind of confident that we can hit a target at 50 yards. So we have Brandon out there with his diamond plate body armor. It's only about 1/8 of an inch thick. Okay, fire! I'd say we hit it. Hit something. Okay, fire!
Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
Timu body armor was not enough to stop that thing. Beautiful shot. I mean, 50 yards. 50 yards, I tell you. And again, I was aiming down here because the way the red dot's set up, it's zeroed in at 20 yards. So at 50 yards, we're aiming way up here, but hit the center of the tape, center of the plate, more or less. Awesome. See what kind of hardly slowed it down. Just, and that's only 8, you know, that's thin. Oh my gosh. Ah, ooh, ow. There's all kinds of debris in there. So it caught it. It caught it. The body armor, there's our core. It's a big old core. That's about the size of a 9mm cartridge right there. My goodness. And there's all kinds of sharp stuff down in there. I really shouldn't be poking around too much in there. I'm gonna recover some of it. Okay, here we go. So, okay, that's what I found inside the vest. Kind of opened up a little bit. Did expand. If I can get it, you know, if we can focus this. Come on, Jeff, you got one job. Actually, more than one job. I call it open up like a vase or something. It is ballistic jelly time. Fire! Oh, that's what I thought it would look like. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we kept it on the table. Fire! Oh.
What a beautiful and yet very terrifying shotgun slug. The Whatchamacollet exceeded all my expectations. I didn't know what to expect with these. Remember, they were never tested before. We had no idea what we were getting into, but boy, did they perform well. And like I said, this is the best slug of 2026, and it's going to be hard to beat this performance. But we have a whole year to try. I always hate asking, but if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments what your favorite shot was or any other, thoughts on the matter. I always read the comments and enjoy reading what you have to say.
All right, look at that, man. Woo! That is impressive. That is like NASA quality there. Brian, you have absolutely impressed me with this one. So look at that. How many of those? It's like the Blue Angels breakaway flower formation, whatever that's called. The starburst. Is that it? Of course, the penetrator core made it all the way through there. We got the base plate right at almost 10 inches. That, you may not be able to see that, but the stainless base plate, the fragments are at 6 inches. So we had pretty good penetration with those. And I think we captured pretty much all of them. They're all kind of that V shape. There's one that came out of the bottom. Yeah, they're all the V shape, and again, these are sharp. They're almost just due to their nature, they're wedge shaped and they're razor sharp on the edge. And for the most part, they spread out into a V shape. So we've got all kinds of those things in there. Just beautiful, beautiful block shot. I was aiming up here because we're so close, so it hit way down here, about in the center, just a little bit high center. It's no problem at all. And then you can see how they cut in there, went farther than 6 inches. Let's see. No, that's about 6 inches, and then it sprung back, okay? You can see how deep they actually went. Just beautiful, beautiful. I'm impressed, because again, these have never been tested before. It looks like I got the load recipe pretty good, about as good as I would hope. You know, got the accuracy, got good penetration, long range, close range accuracy is good. Stability, no problems with the sabos failing on us. No gas seals blowing out. Just everything worked out great on these today. So there you have it. Whatchamacollet. Shut up over there, gosh. All right, hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you don't mind. It's like tipping, but it's free. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.